All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today, the first thing I want to talk about is the Houston Astros. Now, the Houston Astros are a former champion in the last 4 years, and the New York Yankees have been getting better and better each season. You have to give it to that ball club. But I believe what the Astros are building is amazing, and it is great for the game. Because you see that the American League is getting better and better, because the Yankees are going to be in contention if they can keep that team together. And Houston has a great thing going, and they have proved it, taking this series lead. Now, when we come back, I'm going to talk about the current game of UCLA and Stanford. All right. Right now, UCLA is playing Stanford, and the score is 27-10. Now, the Stanford Cardinals are struggling right now. The first thing is they're having trouble protecting the quarterback, and I believe the offensive line is kind of shaky. And I could say that also about the Fresno State offensive line, because it's becoming very young. Now, the UCLA Bruins are playing very good football, and they have a chance to do very good in the future and even this season. But Stanford looks like tomorrow, when they watch film, it might be kind of tough for them. Now, the game of college football Saturday, this weekend, no doubt, is Michigan and Penn State. Coach Harbaugh and Coach Franklin, this is a big game for their careers. Because if Michigan loses this game, they are done. They are not going to the Final Four. If Penn State wins this game, it's a statement. And it is remarkable to see how far this Penn State program has came. Because it hasn't always been the best situation there in the past. But to me, who needs this game more? That's hard to say, because I believe that both of these coaches need this game. If you look at the overall scheme of it, Coach Franklin needs this game more, because Coach Harbaugh has done incredible things, coaching a team to a Super Bowl against his brother. So, but for what is happening now in the current situation, everybody knows Jim Harbaugh needs this one more than ever. Now, if he loses this game, can he not come back from it? Of course he can. He could come back. But for the current season, for the current situation, I believe the Penn State game versus Michigan is one of the biggest games to tell us of more clearly of start exiting some teams out of the consideration for the playoffs. So, this is a very important game for everybody. Now, UCLA and Stanford are two teams that are struggling in the standings. But their future will always be bright. Now, Jalen Ramsey has been traded to the Los Angeles Rams. And first of all, congratulations for him for being in a situation that he feels comfortable in. So, I am happy for him to have a second chance in everything to play big for the Rams. Now, is that a need for them? Yes. But they gotta fix that running back situation. Because Gurley is going through his own phase right now. And they are hurting Jared Goff with not having a dominant running game. If they have a dominant running game, they win games. So even though the trade, it helps them, but they gotta get that situation with the running back taken care of. Now, just the other day, somebody asked me a question. Do you finish a sport through? Do you ever consider to quit? Now, one big thing that makes a great basketball player, football player, baseball player, any kind of athlete is commitment. And when you are committed through the end, that is what makes you a champion. Because in the long run, you will get the better end. Sometimes the seasons are not the best. And sometimes you're having the best season. But the season starts to drag out. And this is the type, and this is where the season gets that some players, they don't want to play football no more. They don't want to play basketball, baseball, whatever sport that they are in. Because they don't feel it anymore. They don't have that drive. But if that player is committed, and if he finishes things through, if you start something, you finish it. And that shows your character. And you will be, how can I say it? You will have good fortune from that moment going on. Let's say you're a football team that is going through it. And if you stick it the whole season, you stay committed, you try your best, and you give it all that you have, then guess what? Later down the road, the next season, let's say you're going into high school, you're going up to the next level. You're going to get yours. Because you put in that work. You put in that time. You were committed. And second of all, you never know. Because let's say you do quit and you never saw it through. Do you know what you could have accomplished? What you could have been, the greatness? You will always be great. Everybody is great in their own individual way. But you got to remember to do great things. You have to be committed to be great, to do your best, even though it's hard, even though you feel you can't do it. Because if you finish it, it can follow you to the next sport, the next season, because you learn from it. Sports is a metaphor for life. How do you overcome? Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday is a big game for the USC Trojans. They are going against Arizona. Now the Trojans still control their own destiny. If they come out, beat Arizona, they could win the division. I believe college football is bright in Los Angeles. I believe Chip Kelly will eventually turn this stuff around. And the Trojans will be back. Second of all, this Saturday or this Friday, Fresno State is taking on UNLV. And that's a big game for the Bulldogs. Because the other team is going to come hungry. So they're going to have to answer the call. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. And remember, everything you do, see it through and do your best. Nobody is perfect. But you can always strive to be the best you. Even when things get hard. Ladies and gentlemen, you could find the show on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Cashbox, and the Speaker app. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Money all day. All day. Keep the good vibes going.